Hello and welcome to the presentation and tutorial of my Ultimate Universal Tree Farm. Ultimate because you can't make this farm any more faster, so I won't do another version of those. And as a reference to Redstone Spire, who invented these kind of farms. As you can see, there's a lot of colorful redstone in there. We need a lot of sand, slime blocks, and redstone blocks. And most of that is just to create zero-tick pulses to make it fast, and to create game tick differences for the optimal timing. For example, the limiting factor in this farm would be the triple piston extender. It's the slowest part, and you can't make a triple piston extender any faster than 24 game ticks, and that's what I did here. So yeah, you can't make this kind of farm that requires a triple piston extender, there's no way around it, any faster. Also, another change I made, let's quickly turn the farm on, is the wizard damaging system. Instead of using snowballs, I tried to zero-tick pulse send in blocks. I saw this the first time in Duo's birch tree farm that was presented on the Yiju Maple channel. I always thought, yeah, why not use snowballs? They work 100% reliable. But I did some testing because I need a system also for my birch farm. Yeah, and also this one seems reliable. If you only relogging could cause the blocks to break, as far as I noticed. So yeah, if you always turn off the farm, it should work without losing blocks. But I'm not 100% sure because you would have to do tests over weeks to be really sure. But it seems like it did a few hours of testing, and yeah, the blocks didn't break. Yeah, also I added an echo mode because I changed the timings of the dispensers a little bit. So now they will dispense bone meal 4 game ticks before the tree can grow. So there's a chance that the tree could get to stage 1. So that would mean that the sapling's already at stage 1, and yeah, doesn't have to be bone meal that often, so the farm would be a little bit faster. You're not wasting a lot of bone meal, you waste about 10% of bone meal, and the farm gets about 5 to 7% faster depending on the type of tree you want to plant. So the normal trees would be about 7% faster, and the acacia trees about 5% faster. Yeah, you can also turn this echo mode on, so then dispensers will only start firing when the sapling could really grow. Yeah, it's just easier, just block the dispensers a little bit longer. So that's the torch that goes into this redstone line here, for example. That would extend it by 2 redstone ticks, and also the same here. Yeah, so if you're short on bone meal, you should run the farm on the echo mode. You will need about 4.5 bone meal per birch and jungle and oak tree, and about 6.5 bone meal per spruce tree. I'm not sure why the spruce trees need more. I guess if leaves will generate in areas outside of the 5x5 that the attempt to grow the tree just fails. So I guess that's why the spruce trees need more bone meal. Yeah, yeah, and if you don't run the farm in echo mode, you would need 0.5 bone meal more, so about 10%. Also, I did some changes to the oak mode. As you can see, I'm blocking the whole upper part of the farm now, just to reduce the lag that the moving pistons cause. So as you can see, I almost block half of the farm. They're just unnecessary because the oak trees are limited to 5 high trees anyway, so that just helps to reduce the lag. Also, I changed the maximum tree height back to 10 from 11. Reason is that also you would save on lag, and doesn't happen very often that 11 high trees would generate, and it just becomes a lot easier to wire the whole farm because of the 15 long redstone lines. Yeah, it's just easier to do it this way. Also, if you have 11 high tree, you run into troubles with the with the wizard cage, because it's really easy to push in the 2x5 and the additional 11 slot is always in the way. Also, as you can see, I'm moving in the blocks from two sides now. Reason is that in a cycle a fourth lock could generate, which is a little bit, it's annoying. And as you can see, you can only push in the 3 locks, so to deal with those with the fourth lock, push it from both sides. The left side is activated one redstone tick before the right side, so if there's a fourth lock, then it would just be blocked, and it's impossible that a fourth lock would generate in 2 cycles in a row, so it would just get pushed in the second time. So yeah, to deal with those fourth locks that don't happen very often. I had this farm running for over an hour now, and I guess just every 100th cycle or so a fourth lock would generate the same layer. And as I said, it's impossible to happen twice in a row. Also, as a little service, I added a suggestion how to make a storage area. So we have a storage for 12 double chests of each lock type. At the back we have the water stream system and the filters. Yeah, just a suggestion, you don't have to do it this way. Also, that's how you could add some chests for bone meal. As you can see, we need a 2 wide lane of hoppers going in there now, because you could need about 12,000 bone meal per hour if you run the farm, for example, in the normal mode. And to deal with that amount of items you need 2 lanes of hoppers, because one hopper lane can only transport 9,000 items. Still, I was able to fit it in, and yeah, that's the bone meal storage. You could also make it bigger, differently, it's just a suggestion. Okay, now let's get to the tutorial. I got some requests for tutorials in the past, but I always had the feeling it's not really worth doing it. I mean, you can use the Schematica mod, and I always had the feeling that only a handful of people would attempt to build such a complex farm anyway. If you could comment something in the comment section down below that you would try to build this farm, that would be very nice, so I get an overview of how many people really attempt to build something like this. Okay, now let's start it. As a wizard cage, I use the bedrock portal that is created after defeating the Ender Dragon. Of course, you could use another bedrock formation if you have access to it, but at the moment in 1.8.7 it's not really possible to create those bedrock formations with a freshly generated world. So yeah, we use the bedrock formation in the end. There are maybe some ways to use other wizard cages, but this one is really good for that use, because it can push in 2 layers and it can deal with the speed of this farm very well. For example, a void wizard cage would get into trouble and would get complicated to get rid of all the logs. Okay, now let's get to the building. The farm is non-locational and non-directional, so you could build it in every 4 directions. Spend a lot of time to get that to work, and of course the end portal determines how you have to place the whole farm. So there's the dirt block where you would plant your saplings on, and use that as a starting point. So, for example, if you would place some blocks like that, so you could get an overview. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in that direction, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in that direction, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and the 10th block is the dirt block. Okay, next step would be the piston layout. So you can see in relation to the end portal that netherrack is not necessary. You don't have to place it, just to get in a better overview. So you need sticky pistons. Here at the back, where it's non-visible, it's always sticky pistons, and those are normal pistons. There's our triple piston extender here. Of course, everything is sticky pistons. And on that side we have a double piston extender and a normal piston, and those are also normal pistons. It's important that no, it's actually not important. You can also use sticky pistons here as sink, but you just use normal ones. step is to repeat that 10 high. So just place it once more so you see sticky pistons at that places and normal pistons here. Okay, next we are gonna wire. We start with the triple piston extender. Always keep the position of the bedrock portal in mind. So I already started a little bit. Let's just add the redstone. There's always redstone dust here. Also here. I think a solid block here. There's also redstone dust. All those slabs, and in the front we have some repeaters. So it's gonna look like this. And then the pattern just repeats. And there's our half slab wiring. It's also just repeating all over again. Don't forget to put a solid block here, like I just did, so those lines won't connect. Okay, so we have to power the piston in the back. So this will be our input, and then we just power those solid blocks with a half slab wire. Okay, now let's get over to the other side and power the rest of the triple. Already prepared something. Always keep in mind that if you place slab, you mostly need a slab there. So yeah, here's how the pattern goes. That will be our input, and you always need a repeater here. And this solid block is powered from here. Yeah, that's the input, and I'll just repeat the pattern. Yeah, always use a slab here. Little correction, those have to be slabs for the wiring. So yeah, there goes the redstone. And those repeaters. And then we have to power those blocks. Oh yeah, and we also need a top layer to butt power that piston if it's in that position. So yeah, like this. Okay, next some wiring of those double pistons. So I repaired something. You always need a solid block here and a slab there, so you don't power those. And just some redstone on top. And get the power from the solid block. And there's always a repeater that gets a signal from that block. Here's one of the inputs already, and that will be the other input. Yeah, the timings, I will add those timings later. Now just the wiring for those double piston extenders. Yeah, important here, use a slab. Yeah, and then it just repeats, so we always have solid blocks here, slabs there, and redstone on top. That has to go into block for the butt power. Solid blocks. Repeaters. I think you also can place those repeaters on slabs if you want. Doesn't need a full block here. So this high. And now the half slab wiring. There you go. Okay, now let's power the pistons in the back. Yeah, this slab will be the input, and then it goes into both sides. So I prepared something. Yeah, always goes into the full block. Yes, I think you don't even need the dust on top. Yeah, just like this. Actually, you do need the dust on top. Yeah, like this. Sorry. Yeah, all good. And a block here, so your lines won't connect, and you will need the same on the other side. Yeah, and now that side for to power both of those pistons in the back. Yeah, that's the input. Then it goes around like this. Those full blocks always prevent the lines from connecting. Then the slabs. And the dust on top. Okay, so we still need to do some wiring on the side here. This repeater will be the input. Then some redstone dust. Another repeater always here, that goes into that block. Then only here redstone dust on top. Then always goes into that block to power that piston when he's there. So you need 4 blocks in their positions. And also at the top. And also 4 blocks here. And here. And slabs always here. There has to be slabs. Yeah. Well, let me just quickly check that. Yeah, need a block here. Yeah, then repeaters. All your repeaters are in one, unless you say otherwise. And finally, the half slab wiring. As you can see, a little bit tricky to get everything wired up, because the lines can't interfere with each other, and if you have really exact timings, you need to power everything separately. So there's not much potential to save on wiring. Yep, that's it. Okay, now let's move over to the other side, where the wiring is very similar, but a little bit different, because the timing is a little bit different. But yeah, no big deal. So I prepared something that will be the input, and as you can see, that's how the pattern goes. So always full blocks here and here. Slabs here. And repeaters here. Now the half slab wiring. Keep in mind you have to do it like this here. Actually, I think that's unnecessary. Let me check. Yeah, that does nothing. Okay, get rid of that. Okay. So that was the nice thing about this side, that you can bridge over, because those timings are exactly the same on both these pistons. So, overview. That was the input, so you can just go over there. And I think it has to be a repeater somewhere. Yeah. And obviously a repeater here. And that's then just the same. Always like on the other side, the full blocks here, and always slabs here. And with redstone. Yeah. Okay, there goes the full block. And this height. And let's check. Yeah, the repeaters come from here. So repeaters always here. And the dust. And finally, the half-slab wiring. Oh, has to come from a full block, obviously. Yeah, like this. And now we have to wire. And how did I connect it? Yeah, on that side. There you go. And now the pistons on the back. I think that's exactly similar to the other side. So this will be the input here, then to both sides. Then like before, full blocks here. And slabs like this. And redstone. Okay, now let's move over to that piston, double piston extender. Keep in mind that's the position of the end portal. So yeah, already prepared the input. That will be a repeater on 2. And yeah, those are really easy to wire. You just need a repeater here and a comparator there. Yeah, and half-slab wire here. So repeaters on top of those, comparators there. Okay, next the powering of those normal pistons. They're gonna have 3 inputs. One is here, and one here, and one here. And then it's just very easy half-slab wiring. Next we take care of that piston. Yeah, dewiring at the bottom is a little bit tricky. That piston gets 5 signals in acacia mode, so 3 signals come in here, then 1 in here, and 1 in here, and then we go up like this. You can recreate that, that's not too hard. And then always the signal goes, that will be locks. You can remove those iron blocks later. That's just for now. Place up some iron blocks, that will be locks at some point. And like this, also one higher, and then half slab wiring. So it looks like this. Okay, next, those pistons in the back also need some signals. So this an input and this an input. Then it's pretty straightforward, just go into the full blocks. Okay, I prepared some locks because we're gonna have them later. We have to power the double piston extender through those locks. So it's like on the other side, always the comparators are here, and here are the repeaters. That will be the input, has to be on 2, and you need a slab here because that wire would stick into the full block and would activate the piston here, so slab here. Yeah, and then redstone, so that's where the comparators are gonna go. And let's use a slab here. Also here, doesn't matter. And where did I put it? On this side. Okay, let's continue in the middle of the farm. So let's start with the dispensers. So that's the dropper tower. It's gonna deliver the bone meal up. Those were just scaffolding and and dispensers, of course, facing into the dirt. And we're also gonna have a dropper here that will shoot out the saplings. And on this side also 2 droppers. And now let's do the input of the hoppers already. Yes, it's like this. Quickly check. Yeah, alright. And yeah, let's do the hopper floor. So cover the floor with hoppers. And one here, that's gonna be the entrance. So you can also place a hopper here if you want. Yeah, let's continue with the tree detection. So I need a sticky piston under that will move the tree up. Also under that sticky piston is another sticky piston that faces into here. It has a solid block in front, and under that will be a redstone block with a redstone dust on top. So next we need a normal piston that would send that block back. It's over here, and also on both sides will be a redstone line. So that goes into the block with a repeater on 3. And also we're gonna have a redstone line here for orientation. There's the bedrock portal. Okay, now let's move over to the other side. we're gonna have a repeater going into a block that powers a sticky piston that would cut off this line at some point. And let me quickly check. It's really hard to remember all the redstone. Yeah. So repeater on 2 that goes into a block, and here we have a sticky piston for redstone block in front that powers our comparator clock. Subtraction mode, and I think that goes up by 1 like this. Yeah, got it right. So yep, process like that. And then we're gonna power the dispensers and droppers next, and also have the detection. Let me just quickly get it to Schematica. It's easier for me to remember. It's really hard. Okay. So we need a slab. Goes into here. And that will be powered by repeaters. Yeah, like this. It starts ticking, and also redstone dust here to power all those droppers. And also that dropper. Okay, then we need... Oh wait, I think I made an error. No, that's unnecessary, sorry. So many unnecessary blocks in here. So we need a comparator with a repeater in front to give updates to that piston. Okay, I guess it's time to take care of the constant ticking, so let's add the on-off switch. We have 4 switches and 4 levers, of course. They're here. That one is the on-off switch. Should go around. Need a redstone torch here, and another one here that also goes into a block. Then you need a slab here, and there you go. That will turn off the comparator clock. Also, you can make that nice little entrance with the stair. If you put a sticky piston here with stairs in front. Also, you're gonna need another sticky piston here with a cauldron. That's gonna turn on off the wizard damaging, and you have to drink once from the cauldron, so you need a bottle. Doing it twice also doesn't hurt. Yeah, that's just for later. Okay, let's get back over to the other side to complete our tree detection system. So from this redstone dust line, go down twice, then over like this. Then you need a repeater. Goes into a block, the torch on top, and that goes into a block. From that you need also a repeater, also going into a block. Then you need glowstone blocks, and you have to make a stair out of this glowstone. Oh, sorry. And just connect it. So we're done here. And now the tree detection is done. Okay, now comes the worst part, all the timings. I'm gonna make a lot of cuts here, because it's so hard to remember where to place the exact redstone lines. Okay, yeah, that's the initial signal that you would get from here. Then go over twice, up one, twice over, up one, and into here, which goes into a sticky piston a solid block in front, and at the bottom we have a redstone block with redstone dust on top. Okay, and the signal from this instant repeater will go up 1, then over there into a full block, which will power a sticky piston that would shorten that signal to 3 game ticks or 2 game ticks, and then it goes down and up again and into a full block. So, and this full block is the first part of another instant repeater. So need sticky piston here and a normal piston to send the block back. And we need to create a 10 game tick signal here. That's why we... how do we do it? I guess like this. Let's quickly check. Yep. So repeater on 4 ticks, and there's another one on 1. So from that block we take a second output that goes into repeaters, which are on 3 ticks in total, which goes into a monostable to create a 2 game tick signal. So we already connected the first part. And there's also gonna be a second line going up here. Hope you get the overview here. That's the block from the instant repeater. So go up left and go round. And this is on 3 ticks and that one on 4. And guess we're gonna need that, right? Yeah. So here's gonna be another monostable, also on 1 tick. It's gonna power that one. So let's make the other input for that one. We need a instant 10 game tick signal here. So slap here into a full block for the instant repeater. Block on top. Stick piston here. Normal piston send the redstone block back. And then we need 10 game ticks like this. So that's all done. Okay, we still need to power the pistons in the back. So go back down again to this stair here. Then go up once more into a full block for another instant repeater. We need to create a 13 redstone tick signal here. And like before, normal piston send it back, and now a sticky piston on top with a slime block and a redstone block here. Then I guess the normal piston is fine over here to update this sticky piston with a redstone block in front. And let me quickly check if I've done it right. Oh yeah, that's good. So then we have already 3 game ticks delay, we just need 10 more. So 2 repeaters on 2, going into a monostable, which creates a 1 redstone tick signal. So that's it. Okay, for a change, let's power the triple piston extender. That's gonna be a mess. So it's back down here. There's the comparator clock. So I prepared that because it was impossible to remember. Yeah. So that signal goes into this instant repeater. So redstone block under the solid block of the piston. Yeah, then we'll go back up again. See, that's where it connects. We have to create a 5 game tick signal here. So we have to power that piston, which will in turn cut off the line. And then it goes into yeah, this repeater to power the pistons on the side, and I already see that you have to block this, so it will look like this. Yeah. Then we need a second signal going into that line. So go over here and around there. Repeater on 3 redstone ticks going into a monostable, which will send out a 1 redstone tick signal. So we can go into block. So let's continue. Add this piston with the redstone block in front. So go up by 1, 2, and 1 right and 1 left again into a full block. And as you might have guessed, we make another instant repeater here. So redstone block here, then another piston to send it back. Then we need a 15 game tick signal here, so that's why do it like this, and it goes into that block. We need 10 more game ticks, so unstable into there. We can also use the 5 game tick delay here, just to get the odd game tick, to go into another monostable to create a 2 redstone tick signal. So we can go down here, and we need what do we need? Yeah, 1 redstone tick signal here and 5 redstone ticks here. So something like this, and then can merge again, and we have another, I guess it's the first one, the first 0 tick pulse generator. So the comparator faces into a sticky piston, and I did it the other way around, but actually this way is better. Okay. There we go. Now this is also connected. Okay, now this is the part where the wiring gets really ugly if it isn't by now. So yeah, that's still the 5 game tick generator here. So, and this is the first instant repeater, so go out to the right and also go out to the left, and then we go up 2, 3 onto a hopper and a obsidian block. Could also use a furnace, just the immovable blocks here, and then sticky piston with a block in front, because we don't want a 5 game tick signal here, so that's why we cut the line off. Also over here we go up by 1 and back down again, and a repeater on 4 ticks, and that goes into the sticky piston, which has a slime block in front, that's why we need that, and another redstone block which will power the sticky piston here with slime blocks in front, and another redstone block. Everywhere where we have those sticky piston with redstone blocks in front, that's just to create the odd game tick. Yeah, also can go up here to that side, and another one, and around there, and here. So those are on 18 game ticks delay in total. And yeah, let's create our first sand 0 tick generators. So 2 sand blocks. Then we also have to make them non-locational by creating a update chain. Let me quickly check. Yeah, like this. So this piston will be powered directly which will update that piston, which will update that piston. So we have 0 ticks here that are non-locational. Okay, let's continue with that line here, which goes into a monostable. Wait a second, monostable, why are you cutting the line off? I'm pretty sure that's unnecessary. Also, it would work, because you will create a 3 game tick signal with the redstone line, but this turns it into a 2 game tick signal. I'm unsure. I think if you don't place that block, that piston, you will be fine. Maybe I'll check it later. Anyway, we have another sand 0 tick generator here and here. So one repeater faces into there. That's one output. And then I think we loop around. We need obsidian again. Oh, there's some. Just can't take that. Yes, something like that. Alright. Do we need a repeater there? I think so, yeah. Also over here. And now we still have to update the 0 tick generators. Okay, you need normal pistons. So one is facing into here, and one like this, and this should be can't go up. Remove that, and that will go up, and we have to power that one directly. Oh yeah, another piston to update it. So yeah, there goes your piston chain again. That's directly powered, which updates this one, which updates this one, which updates this one. So that makes sure this is non-locational. Still have to replace that one. So yeah, that's also done now. Okay, now also the piston, the triple piston extender is powered. Now let's get back to the other side. This was for a change. And remember, that's the initial signal. So now let's go to the left. Yep. There's gonna be a repeater that's going into a block, which will cut off the line, create a 2 redstone tick signal. Then we gonna go up 1, 2, 3, then that direction. Here we have some choice that will be part of the Acacia switch. So we can, that's the normal mode, that's the Acacia mode with 2 lines. Yeah, and one is on 3 redstone tick signals, and here we have 9 in total. Redstone lines here go up, then over, then up once more into a monostable to create a 2 redstone tick signal, which will power this double piston extender. That's the one of the comparator. So also from this line we go to the right into another sticky piston, which is an instant repeater. So solid block in front. At the bottom is again redstone block, redstone dust on top. Then we go to the left, that will connect, and then we're gonna cut off the signal again. So repeater powering the sticky piston. Then it goes back down again to loop back up, and yeah, sorry, it goes into this full block because that's another part of a, you might have guessed it, instant repeater. And there we go. We need a 12 game tick signal here, so we have 2 repeaters here going into a block, which will go into monostable and another 2 redstone ticks here. And now also that part is done. Okay, now just for orientation, that's the first instant repeater. We can take another output from that line and go up twice, then over to the right, up again, and it goes into another block with a sticky piston on top and a redstone dust here, then a sticky piston here, and an old piston there, and there we have also a sticky piston, and that goes also in a sticky piston. So at the bottom we have something like that, which goes into another monostable. And also, what do we need here? Repeater on 1. Yep, now also this is wired. Okay, we are back over here from the initial signal. So we also go to the right here and into a monostable, which will power that side piston which pushes the logs. So, but we also have to power that 5 times in occasion mode, so that's why we take another output from that redstone dust into the sticky piston, which has a slime block in front and a redstone block, I guess. Was that right? No. It only has a redstone block in front. Okay, but then it will power this sticky piston, which has redstone blocks in front, and which that sends up the redstone block here, which will power some of those zero-tick generators again. Yep, like this, and some sand. Doesn't matter if, since we power that piston directly, we don't have to create that update chain. So just have some pistons facing down here. That's enough in this situation. And let's connect that. Beware, cut that. Also, we need 5 signals in total. That's why we loop around. So 8 redstone sticks in total, both 4 and 4. And yeah, that sticky piston loses the stuff in front of it, so we have to send it back down again. And to power that piston, we also use something that's attached to that. But still, we have to update it with another piston. So yeah, now it works. So there's still a lot left to power. Let's continue back again from the initial signal. So prepared it. So go to the left here and up 1 into 2 repeaters. So that's also different for the acacia mode here. That's gonna be the switch here again. In one mode we power that piston, and in the other mode we're gonna power that with repeaters. So we need an odd tick here and an even one here. Yeah, but so it has to be a slime block in front. That's why you need the obsidian block here. And we're gonna power that piston here, which also has some slime blocks attached to it. So that redstone block is moved up. Also, still have to connect it. So redstone dust on top here. It's important that you have a detector rail here, because there will be a piston, and if you don't have it here, it will face into there, so you need that. And then it goes back up again. There's another obsidian block. I don't know why. You don't need a obsidian block here, that's unnecessary. Normal block. Yeah. Okay. that line would start to power some Zyrtec generators we have here. So send, and we need also more signals here. So no, we need 5 game ticks delay between the signals. That was it. So there are the first 3 game ticks of delay, and they are the second. So yeah. So slime block here, 2 redstone blocks attached to it. That will get a 1 redstone tick signal, so the blocks are lost. That's why we need to send them back. So we have that repeater on 2 with an yeah, normal block that sends it back. Also, this sticky piston is powered here, which will in turn power this repeater and yeah, prevent the lines from merging. Yeah, that's it. So that's only here to create a 5 game tick of delay. And still we have to make an update chain, because that could be locational again if you would update those pistons directly with another piston. So we have to make a chain again. So solid blocks go out at the side. And how did I do it? I always forget. Oh yeah, very easy, very easy. So normal pistons here that are powered directly, and those are updated. And also here will be the same, something like this, right? Yeah, it could also face in that direction, doesn't matter. Okay, let's get to one of the worst parts. We have 5 zero-tick generators very closely next to each other. So back at the initial signal, before it goes up here, we still have to limit the signal. So sticky piston here again. Then yeah, that's new. We need 2 redstone ticks here. We need that later. Also, in total 4 redstone ticks here. And then let me quickly add the repeaters first. There we go. So let's connect those repeaters. This first one is on 1. This one is on 4. Those 2 are on 2. Those are on 1. This one is on 1. This one is on 2. And this one is on 1. And that one on 3. And now let's add the zero-tick generators. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they all have to be non-locational, so we have to do a proper mess with the updating. So just add the send, and we can already start. We need just for the updating we need a redstone line here, like this. Also be aware that you need a slab here, it can't face in there. Let's start here. So go under that block, let a normal piston face in that direction, which will in turn update this piston, and this piston, and this piston. Next go around through here, and we need some redstone just for an update chain. Where does that connect? Oh yeah, at some point made an error with that piston here. That of course has to face there, and then we can prevent the lines from merging. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, now let's get back to the updating. We need pistons here that update each other, and also this one. Then we have to go under there, and this one is updated by a piston going down, and this one is updated like this. So that's it. So, we're almost done. The last thing to do is power that double piston extender. So, that's the two redstone tick signal. We already placed the repeater before. Now we need it. Redstone line going here. Stop it from merging. Going up, 1, 2, 3. One left. And also that's gonna be another acacia switch part here. So, normal mode, acacia mode. And we also go into that monostable, which creates the two redstone tick signal that you need for the double piston extender. So now the whole tree farm is wired up and the timings are correct. Still we have to do the lock transport into the wizard cage and do the wizards and that stuff, but it's not that much effort compared to what we've done until now. Still there's some stuff left to do. Acacia switch, oak mode, echo mode, and yeah, we have to manipulate the comparator clock for that. So to do that, we also get here an output from the initial signal. So we go down here, and another one down there, then to the left, and that's the block under the sticky piston that can activate the comparator clock. So this is on 1. Also go down once more, 3, then go down 2. That's for the echo mode, and go around like that, and that goes back up into a comparator, which goes into repeater that also powers the same block, and that repeaters on 2. Next we're gonna do the acacia switch. So the second lever will activate that one, so add a torch here, which will power a sticky piston facing into that direction, which has a block in front of it, and this block can power that comparator. So now the comparator clock is blocked longer because the acacia mode takes longer. Okay, there's still more to the acacia mode, as you might have guessed, judging from the previous video. So also, if we retract the piston, we're gonna turn on the acacia mode. So under there is a redstone dust and a repeater, just to block it, and then we go out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have to go left and right. Let's go right first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then into a repeater, and then it goes up 1, 2, 3, and that's the first switch. I think we need a torch here, or was it? No, repeater. And another repeater here. That goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a block with a torch. And also torch here. No, a repeater in front. And that torch is just gonna power a normal piston, which would block that sticky piston from extracting. And also gonna power that switch. So let's go back again, and this time go left 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is a torch? No, just normal. I guess I'll leave schematic on. So gonna also need a torch here and there, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, up, right, up, torch, and that's gonna block those zero tick generators we don't need in the normal mode. And then again go up 1, 2 into that switch. So next we're gonna do the oak mode. I added some item frames and signs already. So let's go back around. That's the oak mode. Is going to need a torch there. That's gonna power that block. Oh no. that was bad. Gonna fix it later. So, and yeah, that's also gonna power torch. Because we have to manipulate the comparator clock also when we run the oak mode. Because oak trees can also grow if a lot of pistons would be in there. So we really can't bone meal the sapling before everything is out of there. So that's why we have to manipulate the comparator clock similar to the echo mode. Anyway, from this torch we have to go down and into this block, which also has a torch in front. That's gonna power this repeater, which is gonna power that block. On the other side of the block will be a redstone dot. That's power this block on the side, which goes into a repeater, which blocks this also repeater. After repairing some of the pistons after this little incident before, I realized that it would actually be a good moment to check for errors that you've made. You can check by simply placing a redstone dust on top of the dirt. And yeah, if everything went well, then you didn't follow my instructions. Because I made some errors. First, I forgot to place that block here that has a redstone dust on top. So that's near those sand zero-tick generators. So block with redstone dust, and very importantly, that repeater needs to be placed on a slab. Like this. Also, I'm not sure if I did it right. Those have to be 5 ticks of delay. Yeah, not sure if I did it before. And one last thing, I forgot to mention a detector rail right here. So that redstone shouldn't be facing into that piston. Yeah, but for me now it works. One good way to test for bugs is using a tick speed mode. We just slowed down the game, and then you can see what fails, and it's a lot easier to spot where the error is. And I checked again, and I found another little bug. So this repeater has to be in 2, but now it should be fine. Okay, after the little bug fixing, let's get back to building. So, still haven't finished the oak mod. So, that torch on the back also has to go in the block, which also has a torch. Then this torch powers another iron block here, which another torch in front. And basically we're making a torch tower here. And another torch. And here's a torch. Torch here, there, and here. So let's disable the top pistons. Already prepared it. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th torch. Fifth from here is, yeah, you figure it out. And have to go to the left, right, and this side, and disable here, and then go out 1, 2, and 1 to the right, repeater, then 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 up 1, and another one up, repeater on 4. Then let's go in that direction, repeater, 1, 2, 3, another repeater, so the signal can pass, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, repeater facing in there, then 1, and did I forget a repeater there? Yeah, knew it. So repeater, and go up 1, 2, then 2 repeaters here, into a block, and yeah, that's disabling this way. And another repeater here, going in another block, then we go down, 1, 2, 3 down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, repeater in there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, repeater here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and there. Also here and here repeaters. Now we are on the top. So from this torch you need 12 redstone ticks of delay here. Then go 4 in that direction. You need an obsidian block here. And here, repeater on 1. Here's a repeater on 3. Another obsidian block here. Then this repeater's on 2. Obsidian block here. Also on 2. Goes into that block, which will power that obsidian block. Also we go up into that repeater on 2 and in here. Then we can make our piston chandelier. So slime blocks and 1, 2, and then any block you want in front of it. Let's do a sea lantern. Also you could make a ring around the top, just that it looks a bit better. So already looks a lot cleaner. So there's still the echo mode left to do. You also need a torch here. Then the signal goes to the right. I guess we have to block that. Right. Yeah, obviously. Okay. Then we need a torch here and here for the OR gate, and that's gonna be for the occasion mode. So let's go down into that repeater. Okay, at the side we need 2 pistons. Also has to be 10 high. Then from here, let's go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Piston behind the 11th block. And also one here. And this also has to be, no, it just has to be 8 high. So 8. And those will be powered by the solid blocks here. Okay, now those piston stairs. From that you have to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The obsidian is unnecessary, but if you made an error, then it wouldn't wreck your complete farm, so I would recommend using it. So 4. Also at the bottom. Also on this side. Those double piston extenders that push in the logs. So go up 1 from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2 by 5, that fits in perfectly. Also on this side. And let's also do the wiring while we're at it. So like this, and from the bottom. Now let's connect those pistons at the side. They also have to be powered 5 times in Acacia mode. So yeah, let's go out here. For example, this repeater is on 2, and then this repeater on 1, and both those repeaters are on 2, and they go into zero-tick generators. Sand slabs. Those have to be slabs, by the way. And pistons at the bottom. And then we have just connected to over here. Okay. Also, we need more signals, so that's why we also go out here. Did I make that right? Yeah. There has to be a repeater. Both those are on 3, right? Yeah, both those are on 3. Also, that's part of the Acacia switch here. So that would be turned off if the Acacia mode is off. And now go up by 1. This is on 4. And here we have another zero-tick pulse generator with that repeater on 4. It goes into a torch, which goes into a comparator. And both those are also on 3. And we have to also connect that to here. And now the wiring of those side pistons is also done. Still less wiring to do, but we are approaching the end. So now those stairs. So we take an output from here. Repeater is on 1. And we go down into a monostable. All of those repeaters are on 1. And they're facing into a block directly to power those stairs. And here we just go around going into that block to power that and that piston. Let's do that here. And on this side we do it like this. And wait, I did forget something here. Yeah, of course. Also, we have to go around like this. Now let's do the stairs on the top. Where we go down, we also go up with this half slip wire. Also a monostable here. All the repeaters are on 1. And go down like this. Also on that side. Yeah, that's it. Now the wiring of those pistons on the side, which is no biggie at all. Just have repeaters on 4 going into monostables that are on 1. And connect it. And you already did that part, so it's already wired. And now the last pistons that we have to wire, finally. Yeah, we take the output from the line that powers the stairs. So the right side has a little bit different timing. So in total we have 5 ticks of delay here. 1, 2, 2. Then we go up into a repeater that powers that weird piston with the slime blocks and the iron blocks here. I explain it later. And from there we go in that direction to power those comparators here. Also we go up 1, 2. I made a mistake before I placed blocks here. That was a mistake. Yeah, then we go over. You need repeaters here. Also go up here, which will power this line of a comparator. The other side is quite similar. The difference is that this is on 2 and 2, so 4 in total. And it's just mirrored here. Everything is the same. So also go up here. Right like this. Yeah, that's it. And now to those pistons here. So in order to power that piston, you need a block here. Normally you would have locks that get pushed in. So the skill is first those pistons extract and then those. So those pistons that were here are all up one higher, and if those pistons don't push new blocks in, there's a chance that there won't be a lock. So that piston, if he's here, won't get powered if there's no block or no lock here, and so that lock would remain behind. And in order to deal with that, we push in this iron block here, and all the weight that is attached to the slime blocks should only prevent that too much is getting pushed back. So yeah, there's no chance that this piston could push 15 or 16 blocks. So that's why we have attached all that stuff to the slime block. Yeah. Also on the other side it's the same, and it's why I do it like this. Meanwhile, I spawned in the withers, and how to do that and prepare the end portal, I showed that in my last universal treeform video at about 5 minutes. And now let's make the damaging system. I already repaired some stuff. So on the left side we need sticky pistons facing down, and also sticky pistons here, and they obviously need a block. Also another idea would be to use a cobblestone generator if it turns out that that isn't 100% reliable. You only have to also zero-tick push in the cobblestone. But I just would try that first. Okay. Anyway, now the wiring. So we need to activate both pistons wires to push in the block and get it back. One input would come from here, so you also need zero-tick generators again. Send. So there's one, and the other one is here. Oh, wait, no, it's here. Repeater, send. And it's the line here. I think you need a slab here. No, full block of course. Okay, there's the updater piston. To make sure that this piston pushes the block in also in the same tick. Obviously you need some delay with the updating pistons, so we do it like this. This is powered directly, which updates this one, which updates this one, which updates this one. That's to make sure that this works. Yeah, pretty much done here. Yeah, looks fine. Here we have a monostable that gives out a 2-tick signal. And here's comparator clock that's on 12 redstone ticks, and goes in here. And now if we would turn it on, it should work. Let's turn the mob griefing on that I used to spawn in the withers. As you can see, blocks will get destroyed. Okay, now we only have to wire up that system to the on-off switch. So you remember the cauldron with the water we took out? Now we need that. Finally. So a comparator here, and you take the water out so the signal doesn't reach that block. And now we go down, and now we just have to wire both ends up, which is what I did here. So there's still stuff to do. For example, the apple filter that I totally forgot. The apples that you get from destroying oak leaves. So I moved the chest over here and connected with this hopper line. Also noticed the error that's only apple filter related. That piston has to be moved over here. Yep. Then we can take a comparator output from that hopper. Then you need a slab here, so you don't butt power any of those pistons. That's also the reason why we had to move the piston over. It goes into another comparator, which is on which is on subtraction mode, and there are, I always forget it, 22, or what's the least amount for getting strength to? I guess just use 25, then you're safe. It goes into a block, then the signal goes down like here and into this block to block this hopper. Then apples, apples here, and any bedrock would be fine. Any other item here. Yeah. Now the apple filter is also done. I already prepared exit line or input line for the bone meal. So that's how you do it. You need 2 lines and go over there, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 4 in that direction, then just go out. Okay, and then you can place a chest on top of that to get your bone meal. Just noticed a little error while rewatching that clip. Yeah, obviously you need to block that. And I found a little error here. Directly powered that piston. That's not right. So in order to fix that, we have to remove all of that, and we have to power that with a slab. Where's one? Like this. I don't like if pistons are directly powered from above because of the bug, so we have to power it like this, and so it doesn't point in there. We need a tripwire hook. And then you get it from above, yeah, something like that. Then we also can have the redstone line on the other side, doesn't have to be there. Then we can go over like this, and yeah, there we go, should be fine. And now we have come to the end of the tutorial, making it a little bit more presentable, like I did here. Yeah, that's really up to you. Also, can you add some chests where you have your saplings in there, and yeah, make this entrance here. Yeah, that's really up to you. Also, how you do the bone meal storage exactly, and that storage is also up to you. And the collection of the logs, it's really not hard to make a water stream, so you'll figure it out. Also, the filter tutorial is long enough, so yeah, that's nothing I have to show over and over again. Okay, I hope this form works for you and you didn't make an error, which is very likely, like I did multiple times in this tutorial. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this whole video. Goodbye.